Welcome back. Now, getting back to the 6th round, 211th pick that overall that Bielak has chosen, Joshua Kaindoh. He had a promising start to his career with 7 sacks, 11 tackles, 4 losses in his first 2 seasons, but he played just 10 games combined in 2019 and 2020 and had just 1 sack. Considering how he tested out, as his pro day, he's worth a look this late in the draft. And finally, in the 7th round, late the 7th round, the Browns had the third to last pick number 257 overall, the 257th one, and Bielak is predicting the Browns are going to take Grant Stewart, linebacker, Houston. Height, weight, 6'1", 225 pounds, 2020 stats, 61 tackles, 1 sack, 5 TFLs, 1 fumble recovery. Stewart fits in the second category I mentioned when talking about Kaindoh in the previous pick. He may be nothing more than a spectacular, a special teamer, but those players do matter as guys who fill out at the end of a roster. He's a very downhill player and plays physically. That said, that could make him a good weapon on special teams. It's not a glamorous role, but odds are you're not getting more than that with the third to last pick of the NFL draft. And that's some of the threats, the big pick threats in the draft. There is some other breaking Browns news that I want to mention right now, and that is yesterday it came in, and that is the Browns signed Jadeveon Clowney to a 1-year deal yesterday from the Tennessee Titans. I feel this was a good move by the Browns, and it's worth up to the 1-year deal is worth up to $10 million. The move gives the Browns 2 former number 1 overall picks on the edge, with Myles Garrett already at a Pro Bowl level. So I think this was a good move by the Browns, and I think he's a deep edge rusher, and I think a deep contender for the Browns, and who want to make a Super Bowl run and get further than what they did last year in the playoffs. Well, we'll get to the Cavs in just a moment and Tribe in just a moment, but right now, it is time now to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Name the slugger who hit the most home runs in his final season. And if you said David Ortiz, you are correct. David Ortiz hit 38 home runs in his final season in the Major League. And I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. And after a 116-109 loss to the New Orleans Pelicans, the Cavs played the Charlotte Hornets Tuesday night, excuse me. Actually, no, it was last night. And the Cavs beat the Charlotte Hornets to get back on the winning track and snap their losing streak. 103-90. Taran Prince led the way with 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. But the Cavs faltered tonight, and things did not go the Cavs' way as they lost 119-101 to the Golden State Warriors. And that was at Oracle Arena in Golden State. That's where that was. Or actually, no, it was here at Quicken Loans Arena at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, excuse me. No, it wasn't Oracle Arena. And the Cavs just were outscored every way you can imagine. Colin Sexton led the way with 30 points. Darius Garland had 20 points. And they both had 4 rebounds and 2 assists. So the Cavs will take on the Chicago Bulls tomorrow at the United Center. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock on Fox Sports Ohio. Moving on to the Tribe, they lost 4-3 in the beginning, the first game of the 4-game series with the White Sox Monday, and then on Tuesday the Tribe blanked the Chicago White Sox 2-0 at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois. Shane Bieber was on the hill for the Tribe on Tuesday. Bieber had a spectacular outing. Bieber pitched all 9 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 beat at bat, and struck out 1 batter. The game was scoreless through all 9 innings, and then in the top of the 10th, Roberto Perez singles on a ground ball to shortstop Leury Garcia. Fremil Reyes scores. Josh Naylor to second, and it was 1-0 Tribe. Amen Rosario doubles on a line drive to left fielder Nick Williams. Josh Naylor scores. Roberto Perez to third, and it was 2-0 Tribe. Then at the bottom of the 10th, James Karinchak came on to replace Shane Bieber. Karinchak had a 1-2-3 inning, and the Tribe wins by the final score of 2-0. Shane Bieber with the win. He goes to 1-1. And the loss went to Gary Crochet. He falls to 0-2, and James Karinchak got his first save of the season. And then last night was a different story for the Tribe. The Tribe's 5-game win streak got snapped last night as they lost to the Chicago White Sox, got blanked 8-0 at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois. Zach Plesac was on the hill for that game last night. Plesac was not able to get out of the first inning. He went 2 1/3. He went 0.2 innings. He went just point second in the first inning, giving up 7 hits, 6 earned runs, and did not strike out 1 batter. And Plesac was yanked midway through the top of the first, so Francona had to go to his bullpen early in the top of the first. So Francona had to, in the top of the first, early tonight. And the Tribe bullpen just didn't do anything right, and things just did not go well for the Tribe in this one. No runs, no hits. The Tribe bats were silent, that's for sure. And Carlos Rodon got the win. He goes to 2-0. The loss to Zach Plesac, he falls to 1-2. And while the Tribe today has taken a split in the series, they split the series with the White Sox. As the Tribe beat the Chicago White Sox 4-2 today at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois. Aaron Savali was on the hill for the Tribe today. Savali went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 run, 2 beats at bat, and struck out 4 batters. Then the bullpen got summoned by Francona. Nick Whittingrid came on in the 7th, gave up 1 hit and struck out 1 batter. James Karinchak came on in the 8th, gave up 1 hit and struck out 2 batters. And Emmanuel Clase came on midway through the 9th to replace Karinchak. And he gave up 1 run and struck out 1 batter and got the save for the Tribe. The White Sox took the early 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first, thanks to Yon Moncada, who hit a single on a line drive to center fielder Ahmed Rosario. Tim Anderson scores, and it was 1-0 White Sox. It stayed 1-0 until the top of the sixth, when Jose Ramirez homered on a fly ball to right center field. Andres Gomez scores, and the Tribe had a 2-1 lead. In the top of the seventh, Andres Gomez grounds out to third baseman Jan Marcata, to first baseman Jose Abreu. Josh Naylor scores, Jake Bowers to third, and it was a 3-1 Tribe lead. In the top of the eighth, Jose Ramirez reaches on a fielding error by first baseman Jose Abreu. Cesar Hernandez scores, and the Tribe had a 4-1 lead. Jose Ramirez to second. And in the bottom of the ninth, Tim Anderson reaches on a fielding error by shortstop Andres Gimenez. Luis Roberts scores, and it was a 4-2 Tribe lead, but it was not enough for the White Sox, as the Tribe wins by the final score of 4-2. Aaron Civale got the win. He goes to 3-0. And Lynn with the loss. I think it was Gary Lynn. It was Lynn with the loss. And he falls to 1-1 on the season. And Emmanuel Class got his third save of the season. The Tribe will travel to Cincinnati to take on the Reds in their first interleague ball matchup of the season at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Logan Allen on the hill for the Tribe with a record of 1-1, and Jeff Hoffman on the hill for the Reds with a record of 1-1. First pitch at 7:10 p.m. on Bally Sports, Great Lakes, Ohio, and you can hear the game on the radio home of the Tribe, 100.7 WMMS, and on the sister, and actually WTAM 1100, and on the sister station, as I just said, 100.7 WMMS. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. You will probably not get a podcast from me next week, as I will be getting my podcast ready for when I podcast continuously when the NFL Draft gets underway on Thursday, April 29th. It concludes on Saturday, May 1st. And I know I said I won't be podcasting from downtown Cleveland, from outside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum, because I don't think media consensus, I probably don't think they're going to allow me. So I will be podcasting from the Murphy house, the home of my really good friends, Matt and Katie Murphy. And my special guest joining me will be my really good friend, who's one of my best friends, Matt Murphy. And we'll break down who we feel the Browns are going to take, and we'll in the first round with the 26th pick, and all 7 rounds leading up to pick 259, Mr. Irrelevant. So join me for that as I get that underway on the 29th, beginning on the 29th at 8 o'clock. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.